Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. I'm gonna hop right into today's video. I've been doing a lot of thinking over the last few days with what has been going on just between the hurricane and what's going on at the ports, and it really just has me wanting to give you guys a lot of information, a lot of different tips. So I'm probably gonna do like a mix and match or whatever kind of comes to my mind and heart at the time that I'm doing the video, of things that I feel like would be helpful for y'all, or just reminder tips. I'm gonna go ahead and start with first aid. I've said this before in my video. You guys should have a good supply of medical supplies, even down to tourniquets, y'all. Tourniquets can make or break a situation, especially in natural disasters. You want to have a tourniquet. If you don't have an actual tourniquet, you can use different things. You can use a belt if needed for a tourniquet, but make sure you have something to apply pressure and stop that bleeding. Also, everyday supplies. There's just so much going on. First responders may not be able to get to you quick enough, and if they can, they might have trouble getting to you. They just might be stretched thin like they are now. I know first responders are stretched to capacity and stretched to the limits right now, and more than just my state. You've got people in South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Tennessee that all have been affected by this hurricane, and they just cannot get to everybody. And they not only can they not get everybody right now, some of this is like a search and rescue, some of this is like a search and recovery mission, but also they might not be able to provide life-saving measures right when you need them. So you need to be able to know what you need to do in order to sustain a human life until you can get to a hospital safely, or until help can arrive. So make sure you're checking into your local community colleges. I think sometimes they offer classes like to the public that you can check into. If you have a medical background, that's great. Make sure you know how to do basic, life-saving measures such as CPR. If you have not done it in a while, make sure you brush up on those skills, get recertified, y'all. I personally have not worked in medical since 2021, and that's when I started working from home for a company for a couple of years. So I am a little bit rusty on CPR. I hope I don't have to use it. Just because it's very traumatizing, y'all. It's a lot if you've never performed CPR on somebody and then lost the person at the same time when you've worked on them and they didn't survive. It's very hard to do. Moving along to the next thing, make sure that you have a good supply of food, y'all. At this point, if you're late to the game with prepping, make sure you at least have a one to 2 weeks worth of food in your home for your family. Help's not coming. If you've seen anything on the news about the hurricane, I know some of it's nationwide, but I'm getting like the more in-depth stuff just because I am here in North Carolina and it's constantly coming on. We have like Operation, what's it called? It's Operation something that's going on right now. Most of the things that are going on, if not all, is not being provided by our government. It's just local citizens and just a local community coming together to help one another at the time. Like helicopters, like this Operation Drop, it's not being performed like the government or by like the army or whatever right now. It's civilian helicopters that are coming and going, picking people up, dropping supplies off, and going back and forth. Just communities coming together at this time of need. So do not depend on your government. I think a lot of people in other countries, we see people are standing out in long lines, like waiting basically for a bowl of rice and soup. I'm not even going to say that's going to happen because I haven't seen it. And I know the news only gives you a glimpse of it, but it's been between social media and like the news, it's just not being portrayed. All I'm seeing is basically, like I said, from Good Samaritans and the news channels that are, like I guess working together with people. Also make sure that you have some kind of generator or some kind of way that you can heat your home during the winter time. We're coming up on winter, or cool your home because we're going into fall. It's still some days that are a little hot, some days that are a little cool. Make sure you have something that you can block off one room in your home and put all of your family members in one room, probably like your living room or your den or something like that. You can block it off with a sheet to keep either the cool air in or the warm air in. Make sure you have that. Make sure, I would say, that you have blackout curtains to use in the event that the grid is down, or at least some parts of the grid is down, because nothing more is going to make somebody upset to see that you have lights. Even if you have a generator and you're running that, if somebody sees that you have lights, they're probably not going to be too happy. especially if they're without it for a prolonged period of time. I'm going to give you guys an example too, because the way the grid works is very odd and interesting at the same time. We were without power for about 4 hours last week. I don't know, like Wednesday or Thursday or something like that. And it only affected 19 of us. And it's funny because my neighbor across the street to the left, the top left, she had power from her side down. But to my neighbor to the left, starting with me, and to my other neighbor to the right across at the top, I mean, I can see both their houses right now, she didn't have power. Make sure that you have a way to like use the bathroom and dispose of the waste in the event that you don't have, you know, toilets that flush and everything. That's one thing that kind of confuses me, because I think some people still can flush the toilet when their power is out, but some people still can't. I don't know. I feel like I'm dumb in this area, because we have our septic tank, and I can't remember if we were without power, if we could flush the toilets. I feel like we were able to flush the toilets, y'all, to be honest. But like I said, long term, make sure you have a way. You can buy a 5-gallon bucket, and then there's these snap-on black toilet seats that you can purchase from Walmart. I've shared that in an older video. I'll probably try to link it. I did buy kitty litter originally to use, just absorb everything, but you can also buy pine pellets. So pine pellets are super expensive, and you're gonna get more bang for your buck. You can go to Tractor Supply, and a bag costs about $7.50. And it's a 40-pound bag, and you can use that to absorb. Now, of course, if you do like a number 2, you're gonna have to scoop that and, you know, go ahead and dispose of that. But as far as the pine pellets, put those down, and they are capable of absorbing a good amount of urine. If I can show you an example, I will, if you're not familiar with pine pellets, because my daughter has 2 cats. Yeah, y'all, I know we are not a cat family, but my husband found 2 cats. Actually, he found 3 abandoned cats that somebody sat by the trash, and we ended up with 2 of them. So we have cats, and she had been wanting cats, so it actually kind of worked out. So we've had them for several months. They went to the vet, got a clean bill of health, but we are going through so much cat litter, and it's so expensive. So I'm like, what is like cost effective? How can we save money? So that's where I got the pine pellets from. This is day 3 maybe or 4 of using them, so I'll see how it goes, and I'll see if I can like get a good picture to show you how it works. And I'm probably going to go ahead and close it up with this, because like I said, I want this to kind of be a mix and match today, just because there's so many things that I have in my head right now. I'm probably just going to sit down and try to like put them into different categories and come back to you guys with videos. And I want to try to keep my videos so they're not super long, because I honestly feel like a lot of people's attention span is just not there, and it kind of shows in my analytics, especially with certain videos. So I don't want to waste your time or waste my time, so I'm gonna go ahead and probably just wrap this video up. So take care, stay safe, and I will see you guys in the next one.